Hi, all. Here's a quick review of where the Mr. Toad 1955 dark ride recreation is in the process. I promised myself that I was going to take my time and not worry about all the pieces coming together in a timely manner, so I just work on it whenever I can. This is based on roughly the information I have on what the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride attraction looked like when it opened in 1955, but there's a whole lot of conflicting information that's coming through the changes that were made, even the year after it opened. So I'm sort of doing a combination of my best guess and then also what I think sort of aesthetically looks the nicest. You can see that although there's been a lot of work, there's still a lot to do. It's a really compact, tiny little box, but it actually has way more sets than the Alice in Wonderland project did because it's so compact. And it's all black light, so a lot of that's having to do a lot of the sort of dimensional work. So I'm going to just sort of jump in here and give you a walkthrough. So here's the facade. This is just my flat sketch. It'll be dimensional in color at some point later. One of the bits of information I have is the original sort of sketch for the mural. So that will get done in time. It was much simpler than the 1983 version of the attraction, which you're familiar with at Disneyland today, much more dependent upon flats. And a lot of those flats weren't even necessarily full color, they were just sort of sketches. So through the Toad Hall doors we go. This area has a sort of antechamber or entrance foyer that has portraits on the right and some windows, and another door that then goes into the scene with there's a large three-paneled stained glass here, and I think there's Molly is here at the base, and then we turn the corner here, past more flats. Oops, this wall's missing, so you're getting a glimpse into the last scene, and then you turn a corner. I think originally this started out, this first room past the library was just continuation of the library, and then I believe it got turned into the kitchen and pantry. There's a butler figure that will be here in the corner. This is one of the few areas that I actually have drawings of, and so I've just brought them in. I'll replace them with my sketch version, but for the moment, it's these pretty tight elevations from the show set package. Then you go out here to their first encounter with a policeman. I believe the policeman was added later because it says new cop on the floor. This scene just has the cop, and I think there's a lamppost, and the rest of the room is just black. So a lot of these early rides really depended upon the fact that these environments were really, really dark. And if they wanted to surprise you with something out of the darkness, they would just leave the room completely dark and black. So we make our way around the corner. There's a mirror effect here where you see yourself going towards what appears to be another vehicle. I believe in the 1983 version, this is all broken out and you are seeing out into the court, the plaza area where the fountain is. That doesn't exist in the original version. You turn a corner here towards a sign that says to Ratty's house, and then you turn the corner and there's a mural of Ratty's house with the bridge in the background. And then there's the only dimensional thing so far is there's a little very, very simple Ratty boat and some water effects, some water painted leading up to Ratty's front door under the tree. So we turn the corner here. We start seeing all these sort of signs that tell us which way we shouldn't be going. There's this wonderful mural of the road continuing with a semi-dimensional little bridge that it looks like we're going to go down, but we don't, of course, because we're careening around the countryside. We make a turn, ignoring all of the safety signs, and we see a first cutout of Ratty who swings forward towards us as we head down the street into town. And we turn the corner. These are the panels I just finished. So much of the detail and perspective is done in the paint. These are completely flat, all black light. And then once again, we burst through a barrier, and then we see another policeman. He lifts his leg and starts his bike, and then the bike moves towards us as we move toward him. Another black room where we don't have any scenery, really. I'm not quite sure what's on this surface, whether it's black or there's a scene. I haven't found information on that. Then we turn down towards a scene that's actually kind of survived since the original version. On the floor are these masonite strips that we are supposed to simulate traveling along a broken pier as we head towards the Thames, and we see Tower Bridge and London off in the distance. We turn a corner and we are on the docks by a warehouse where there are actually rats painted on the panels, and we break through a door into a warehouse full of explosives and other dangerous things, all done in perspective, but all done on flats. And these are all breakaway doors that we careen through as we make our way. There's a forced perspective mural that looks like we're going to go continue out those doors, but then we turn a corner and we burst through a wall. This right here is actually a door to the maintenance area, but we turn and through this wall, and now we're in the countryside. Another mural where we looks like we're going to go continue, but we don't. There's a policeman whose hand animates and to try to stop us and blows a whistle at us. I believe the whistle's an actual physical whistle that is blown through air. I may be wrong, but it looks like from the photographs there's actually tubes for air to blow the whistle in his mouth. There's these scary trees that are all desperate to get out of our way, all two-dimensionally painted in blacklight, and we're heading towards the train, sort of a precursor of what's coming, or a foreshadowing. We turn the corner and there's a beautiful mural here that I haven't drawn yet of another road continuing off into the distance that looks like it's a cliffside that you could careen over. There'll be yet another policeman, I believe, right here, and then this area will be the entrance to the train tunnel, and this is the dark corridor where you'll actually see the light come at you as the train in the dark is coming towards you. And at the current version, there's lots of explosion illustrations of clouds with boom and bang. I think those aren't in the original. And then there's some question as to where this Hell's Mouth exists. This is my best guess, is you're coming towards it. And there's a forced perspective behind it of it continuing, and then we make a quick turn to the left. There's also drawings that indicate that it was down here, but I don't think it actually ended up in that area. And then we have not the dimensional devils, but we have cutout versions of the devils, which I'll add, and they're all sort of hanging around as you make your way in through hell, and then finally you bang your way out of hell back to the load unload area. So that's it so far. Lots more to do before I'm even ready to start talking about color, but it's been fun, and I just take it slowly, work on a scene at a time, and only work on it when it's fun to work on it. So more updates as I work on it over the year, and thanks for following along.